Welcome back to EGL Liverpool, where we're off the back of an absolute stormer of a game. John, Toby, welcome back to the desk. What were we thinking about that then? Because that was ridiculous.
Honestly, no words could describe what I just saw in the crowd. There's some videos of it. You may see it on Twitter, on YouTube in the future, but that's Gears of War. I don't know what it is. Something about this game. It's so intimate. The fights are so personal. It brings out the savage in every single person. I'm generally a nice person, generally a little bit friendly. You guys, we got some beers last night. You maybe know that, but when I play Gears of War, I become a different person entirely, and clearly so does Shadows, or Dragons, sorry.
Yeah, definitely so. Regal with a really good comeback there. You know, we questioned them after they lost that round 13 in the first map, but, well, they stormed back those second two maps, Toby, and, well, what a comeback. It was just something else, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, and their reward for that is the losers bracket final. Many fans of EU and talent, etc. players didn't really predict Regal to be like a top 3 team, potentially. You'd look to Aerox, a good chance of getting that. Definitely top 4, don't get me wrong, but now they can be looking for a grand final placement because they were playing amazing at the end there. I don't mean to get ahead of ourselves of this game coming, but who knows? In the loser bracket final, whoever they play, they could have a good chance of winning it, to be honest.
Yeah, that's it. And you mentioned that they potentially could get to that grand final, but they've got to go through one of two teams. Two teams we're about to see on stage right now. We've got Spacestation Gaming, the God Squad of Europe, against the biggest up-and-coming threat we have over here in Lucent Esports. Two phenomenal rosters, and, well, it's going to be a slugfest for sure.
Yeah, can't wait to see this one unveil. Spacestation. They've not been looking as consistent and as good as usual, as dominating. They've almost dropped maps even. 7-6, 7-6 twice now. The two maps have gone against Regal Reserve. And Lucent Esports are considered, as you said, the most likely team to get to this grand final on paper. So let's see if Jack Reaction and his team can really cause the upset here.
Yep, and that's it. Well, one thing that's going to influence this massively is the picks and bans, and we've got those coming up right now for you. Spacestation Gaming, of course, top seed in this tournament and this match, so they get the first ban. Harbor, insta-ban, we expected that. Foundation going to be the ban from Lucent Esports, and Spacestation are going to pick up down. This is pretty much, as we'd expect it so far. Forged Blitz, though, coming in as that second map. An interesting choice there. Spacestation banning out Reclaimed at the end. Impact going to be the last ban, so we are going to see Lift as a map 3 should we need it. John, any thoughts on that, especially maybe the Forged Blitz pick? That's a new one there.
I've personally always felt like Foundation is a very strong map for Spacestation, but in speaking with them in the match, during the match right there, they're not too confident in their Foundation game as they used to be. They don't like that middle fight as much as they used to. I think Foundation could have favored Lucent potentially, so that might have been a misban, but Lucent, of course, like me as an observer, probably also assumes that they're a great Foundation team, and that's why they opted for that ban. They do give Dam to Spacestation, which is an amazing map for them.
Yep. Yeah, that is right. Dam is a fantastic map for them. We've seen them countless times on that map, Toby. Anything particular standing out to you?
Yeah, of course, the Forge Blitz coming through right for Lucent Esports. I think that could be a potential map to upset on. Yep. It really shows the issue here in front of Lucent, and that's Foundation and Dam are two very strong maps for Spacestation. GG. Yeah, Foundation probably an opportunity actually for Lucent to take advantage of, in that sense that they're strong at that map and it's really initial heavy, but that's also a strong map for Spacestation. So I'm not too surprised that they banned that out. Yep. The issue for them is, of course, Spacestation then can have Dam. They picked that one, and so I guess they're trying to get back in that pick and ban and process that battle by going with a Forge Blitz. Bit different, of course. If we need it, Lift, another different map. Anything can happen on that one. So yeah, I guess we got the ingredients for a potential upset if, of course, Lucent can really put it together against a top team. It's a difficult one, though.
It is.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I agree with you, Toby. I think Dam is definitely going to be favoring Spacestation. Forge Blitz, though, thinking about it further, is actually a great pick for Lucent. Yeah. The way their team dynamic is, and for those of you guys watching at home, you may not be aware, this team consists of 2 French, 2 Spanish players, and an Englishman that's sitting right in the middle there. So Jack Reaction, the captain of this team, assembled this team, and I'm not even exaggerating. I was speaking with their owner, their manager, big shout out to the CEO of Lucent. They communicate in Spanish as they play as a duo. They communicate in French when they play as a duo, and when they need to talk to Jack, they speak in English. So a map like Forge Blitz, what that does is that splits the map into 2, 2, and 1 with Reaction playing homes. Perfect. Let the Spaniards communicate in Spanish, let the Frenchmen communicate in French, and let Jack do his thing over in the 1v1 fight. I think it's a good pick for Forge Blitz in map number 2.
Yeah, I agree. It's just one of those maps that split up just perfectly for them, really. We are going to go into predictions. I'm going to start this time, and then I'm going to throw it back down the line, because I want to do it in a different way. I'm going to go with Space Station.
Surprise, surprise.
You don't say.
No, I am going to go with Space Station, though I am going to go 2-1.
Whoa.
Yeah.
This map dropped.
Yes. I think Forge Blitz, I would like to see Lucent come out flying on that map, and I think, as you said, it suits them. And it's a bit of a curveball in there. We usually see a third map rather than second. So, yep, 2-1 to Space Station. Anything different to that, Toby?
Different to me. If Forge Blitz was the first map and Lucent came out swinging and put SSG back on the back of their heels, yeah, perhaps the chance for a 2-1 would be there. But no, I think SSG will start off strong and they'll finish strong and just steamroll over with momentum on that second map and 2-0. Space Station as a result.
Yeah, and I agree with that sentiment. Dam is going to be such a dominating performance, a great start for Space Station. And a team like Lucent is so emotional. Jack Reaction, a very emotional player, very passionate. So it's tough to say that, but because Toby said 2-0, and I'm going to follow the Momo principle of go against what Toby says. Not entirely, because I'm not that crazy. I'm going to roll with you, Alex. 2-1, I think Forge Blitz goes in favor of Lucent Esports because it does favor them pretty well. And I also have to take the time to point out that I am 100% 5 for 5 in predictions this entire tournament, including the Regal. 2-1 over Team Aerox that we just saw the match.
Wow. Okay.
So I just have to point that out.
All right, fair point. Yeah. Fair point. But not fair point with addiction. It's 2-0, guys. I'm sorry. I don't care. It's a 2-0 for me.
Just shut that down straight away.
Yeah, I'll shut that down now.
Well,
we'll see. We'll see, though.
Yeah, we do see the rosters on the screen right now. Space Station on the left-hand side there. Obviously, we'll go through the roster. Craze, Jack Phelpsy, Crimsons, and Hydrone. You know, these are household names now. We don't really need to go through that roster, but
Jack is a new addition to that team.
Jack's a new guy in there.
A lot of Americans might be tuning in for the first time and wondering, wait, Marsh, what happened to Marsh? People probably heard what happened to Marsh, but Marsh no longer on that team, gets filled by Jack, a.k.a. Godfex. And for those that maybe aren't aware of who is Jack and not familiar with the European scene, Jack actually came from the team we just saw lose. That was Aerox. He was replaced by Ashens on that team. And he adds a much different dynamic to Space Station. He is not as overly confident, over-aggressive, very good shotgun in-your-face style of player as Marsh is. So, and speaking with Space Station, they've had to adjust their style of play a little bit. They're still adjusting as we speak, which is why we've seen them almost lose some maps here this tournament.
That's right. And Lucent on the right-hand side there, we've got Zorkos Physics, Reaction, Cougars, and Fractures. A real strong squad in their own right. Yep, both teams looking ready to go. And we are ready to go with Dam. So, without further ado, Toby and Fallout, have a good one, and it's over to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Drew. I appreciate it. I cannot be more excited for what is going to be a great winners bracket final. Finally, the match that we have been waiting for. The first test for Lucent Esports, as they've been really rolling through this winners bracket. Perhaps another test for Space Station. They kind of got tested to the limit against Regal. Without further ado, let's kick this off with Cougars, arguably one of the best players from Spain.
You're certainly right about that test, John. Lucent, they had Group B. Their major competition was in Group A. All of them, in fact, including Space Station. So here is their biggest test yet of the tournament, and definitely the most difficult for the foreseeable future. I mean, who knows? Lucent might be able to come back, and get a map and break it down to Space Station. But we're all predicted that Space Station should come away with this one. Good start from both teams. Lucent actually getting control of the B hill.
On board with Hydrone right now. Hydrone going to rotate up towards that B side of the map here. Turns and actually gets dominated by Zorkos with the headshot on right-hand advantage. Well played by Zorkos there. Hydrone almost turning on that initial kill. And now, initial strategy won by Lucent. They're going to maintain control of that B hill. Reaction and Zorkos alongside Physics holding it down.
Yep, things have slowed down for the time being as SSG do formulate that push over to B. They're definitely doing that rather than a home street push, as we've seen quite a lot from them actually, quite frequently this event here in Liverpool. Craze does just get simply landed down by Physics. No difficulty there for Physics. Phelpsy's going to get dropped as well, so not too much success here from Space Station pushing up in the B hill. Handled quite nicely actually by Lucent. As players do need to start going off. Crim will get pinched. Fractures is pushing, and already they're knocking on the CL, John.
A strong start here for Lucent Esports. Here comes the cavalry. Space Station off of the spawn. Good opportunity to close this one out. Reaction's not going to connect for the kill just yet. Nicely placed smoke grenades is going to keep Craze alive for the time being. Now, 3 more members of Space Station make that 4, going to rotate. They got the break. They got what they wanted. Reaction wants more, though. He gets 1. Reaction gets a 2nd. Going for the 3rd kill here is Jack Reaction before finally getting taken down. Huge plays from Reaction. A 2 for 1. I'll take that all day.
Yep, Cougars was close enough to try and help out, but rightfully so tries to back off as he knows that triple cap opportunity is gone. Very difficult, of course, to do, given the respawn timer. Very first round of this map. As we jump on board back with Lucent, this time Zorkos on our screen, rotating over to the pumping station. SSG do have a man advantage though. Expect them to try and utilize that now and getting back to B Hill.
Board with Zorkos. He's going to be backing out and resetting, giving up that B Hill. He's content doing so. Look at the score right now. Huge lead. Nice revive's going to come through. He still has a smoke grenade out. Can detonate it, but doesn't want to stun his own teammate there. He's going to do so. He's going to buy himself 4 seconds. That's helpful. It all comes down to this last push. Space Station, so good on this clamp. And all 4 members, I believe, of Lucent are just turtling. None of them are trying to sneak away to the B Hill or the A Hill. I think that's going to cost them. 1 kill picked up, make that 2. But Cougars is going to neutralize. Can Cougars get the triple kill? And Cougars going to back out and reset. His teammate Fractures gets shut down. And just like that, it is going to be a swarm domination. Space Station does it again. Some way, somehow, they pull it off.
How often do we see this, John? It doesn't matter what their opponent is or how well they're playing. They can just turn it almost like the flick of a dial. Space Station, they had a 1-man advantage. They pushed up in the B Hill. They captured it, and they snowballed that all the way down the walkway and all met up on the enemy's base. Despite that respawn timer that we mentioned, they got a very simple triple cap, as they made it look like anyway. 1-0 to Space Station, but good effort from Lucent. Have to give it to them.
100%. I mean, gosh, you would love to have seen them close that out. And that's where, if you're watching, if you're an Aspiring Gears team or player, when you went off of 1 hill, it can be so tempting to just turtle on that 1 hill, but you can't. Honestly, I'd say more times than not, if you turtle, the other team will completely punch you in the face and get a 3-cap domination. You have to fight for B hill. Someone has to sneak away through the middle of the map to get to that C hill. Otherwise, it's nothing but GG for your team.
On board with Phelpsy, he does like to play this platform area. He does find the 1 kill. There's trading of kills actually in the kill feed. Lucent doing very well at the B hill. Craze left alive, and Phelpsy getting angled as well. It's back and 4 in the slaying department thus far.
Yep, still on board with Phelpsy. 6 kills to his name. Full red is Phelpsy, and he's still going to go for the reaction shot. Finally gets flanked and taken out by Fractures. Nice kill picked up by him though. Fractures moving back towards that C hill. It's going to be Jack though. Jack, who in some conversations with the Space Station team, they're really looking for him to play a lot more aggressive. In former teams, when he teamed with the likes of Syntax and even on the Aerox squad, he was the main slayer. On this team, he's felt like he's needed to fill in more of a support role, but Phelpsy wants him playing a lot more aggressive. We'll see if that comes to fruition here in this match.
Interesting. So more like a Marsh.
More like a Marsh,
in that sense, you know.
And say what you want between the Phelpsy-Marsh relationship, but one thing Phelpsy did admit is Marsh fit the role really well, being just overly aggressive, and that was a good 5th-man spot on the Space Station squad.
Fits their playstyle.
Definitely.
Definitely. So, well, Physics going to get dropped. I believe that was Hammer Burst that helped in downing him that fast. Lucent slowly pushing up now. They do have time to play with to break down this B hill. Still pushing up gradually. Here comes a reaction from the middle. Look at the angle straight away put upon Physics. He's immediately down. No one's going to revive chain him just yet. Can Spacestation take advantage?
Trying to bait him. Finally, the revive's going to come through. Not going to matter though. Hydrone picks up a double. Hydrone wants the 3rd. He's going to let his teammates do the work instead. It's Jack in a 1v. Jack takes him out. Last member alive is Physics. He gets shut down as well. And again, Space Station with a strong mid-round is going to get the double cap. Are they going to go for 3 though? It looks like it's actually Cougars overextending and being a nuisance on the away hill.
Yep, full red. He hasn't got much option but to dive for cover. He gets angled out as the communications start flowing for Space Station. And in fact, they are going to pull back now.
Yep. Very interesting. So almost an exact flip scenario than what we saw in round 1. With Lucent now having opportunity, needing a 3-cap push. Let's see if they can outplay it the same way Space Station does, something Space Station does so well. Crim full red, Crazed is 2, and they're both going to be able to survive there. Nice revive from Crim. Hydro takes out 1, Reaction going to shut him down as a result. And now, 4 versus 4 fight, here comes the push. Reaction pushing through B hill, and every kill counts. This is the final push of the round here. And the 3-cap is needed for Lucent. Can they get it is the question. In the same position as Zorkos is Crazed from last round. He gets taken out, so does Crim. The revive comes through. And Lucent now putting Space Station on their back foot, going for a wraparound shot, not able to connect just yet. Fractures need to connect for the kill. Dipping, dodging, avoiding shots is Fractures. Zorkos picks up 1. And just like that, 3-cap domination is ticking and will come through. Lucent Esports gives them a taste of their own medicine with a flipped round of their own.
Very good push, and it's almost like deja vu. It's the same side of the map that Lucent progress up there and get a very similar triple cap just as they were losing. Good stuff from Lucent there. And honestly, looking at this weapon placement now, I don't expect anything too aggressive. We typically see a placement early on from Space Station up in this very spot. Instead, it's just going to be a block, so they want more of the same here at the B fight.
Yep, and actually last round they were hovering over, Lucent was hovering over a drop shot low side. I was like, are you mad? What are you thinking?
Very quick.
Exactly, very quick. I'm glad they did not do that. Both of these teams are very evenly matched right now. They're confident in their initials, and everything's going to stay the same. Toby, in terms of speaking of initial strategies, what are we seeing here?
Looks like, well, I was about to say the same, and yeah, it is going to be the same. Just different route to the baby steps, it seems, for both teams. 1v1 in that very position, but we'll jump off board with Phelpsy again. He usually plays this platform area very smart indeed, playing a little bit slower as Lucent Spanish players. Yet together, you mentioned it with the language for Fractures and Cougars. Probably speaking very quickly right now. High intense scenario in Spanish, looking for those kills. More Lucent players coming into the fray as they win the platform battle.
I pick up that second kill as well. Yep, exactly as mentioned in the pregame. Expect this Lucent squad to split into twos, into duos. The 2 French, the 2 Spanish, and then reaction to rotate and help out wherever help is needed.
Wow. Absolutely stellar movement from Craze there. Perfect accuracy and just up A and back around the corner to not only dodge a shot, but keep his distance. Amazing stuff from him.
Yeah, well played as Craze. That's where he's expected. As is expected at this point. He's just been performing for so long at such a high level. Interesting conversation in the argument for who's the best player in Europe. Some would say Krim, some would say Crazed, some would say Phelpsy, but either way, each member of the Space Station squad is looking dominant.
Yeah, indeed. Lucent are moving slowly now down to the other side. You can see, look at the overhead map. Far right, 2 players way back in the spawn for Space Station, knowing exactly what Lucent are trying to do. And as such, Lucent, their only reaction is just pull all the way back. It's going to be a safer approach, I think. Throw the numbers at B and quickly rotate over and force that team fight there.
Especially with what we've seen the last 2 rounds. That B-Hill push transition into a 3-cap domination has happened twice now. Can it be a 3rd time? If you're a Lucent fan, you're certainly hoping so. Nice shots put in by Zorkos. They're going to get 1 down early, but they're going to trade it down as well. Both players are going to be revived. Looks like, I think it's Jack that goes down again. The Lancer fire's coming through. Tagged up is Zorkos. Needs to value his life here and stay alive. He's going to do exactly that. Fracture's putting in some shots. Looks like a flank is coming through on the hop over, though. Not sure who it is on Lucent, but the kill is going to be picked up elsewhere. I think it was Reaction who bought enough time for the kill on Craze to come through.
Cougars wins the fight there as Godfaxes does get taken down. Meanwhile, Space Station, they overextend to the A-Hill, so it's not a simple push and triple cap for Lucent despite the numbers advantage gained. Cougars cleans up Krim. And here comes the cavalry. Only 2 members left alive. Make that 3 as Godfaxes comes off respawn.
Yeah, a beautiful wraparound shot came in there for the kill. A-Hill, though, in favor of Space Station. Not for long. Looks like there's a fight and a contest for that A-Hill. Big 1 versus 1. Someone tells me it's Krim. No, it's actually Phelpsy being a nuisance over there. And they're just going to actually cap. Phelpsy playing it passive. Phelpsy pushes in. He takes out 1. 1 versus 1 for the game, and Phelpsy saves the round here with a huge 1v. Will Phelps with a huge 2 versus 1 play to keep his team alive. And now he's a nuisance at B-Hill.
Look at the score as well. It's still recoverable this round, despite the numbers. Krim was the only member left alive coming off respawn when Phelpsy pulled that off. Fantastic stuff from him, rotating to B, being proactive there.
And so smart the way he played it. So many players would have been in your face off the bat. He used the hammer burst in spawn, down 1, head down, picked up the kill, and won the 1 versus 1 strafe fight after that. And guess what? Lucent Esports still somehow in this one.
Well, they have the 2-cap, John, and they will overtake and score. This stays as it is. 1 player down for each player momentarily as the plays do start coming through. Space Station have to push into B here.
Oh no, that's crucial. Cougars gets down. Is he going to get up? No, the smoke's going to come through. He's going to tap up on time. Not able to get the kill. It's Physics. Physics going to just overextend towards that C-Hill, using his teamwork instead of fighting the 1v1 at B, but losing B-Hill is going to cost them. That's going to be it, I believe. Yes, Space Station will win the round. Physics not able to get the kill thanks to a smoke stun out of nowhere that kept Space Station's team member, I'm not sure who that was, alive. Brilliant plays from Space Station.
Another nail-bitingly close round, back and for anyone's game at different points of this map. It's certainly not a steamroll from Europe's best. Lucent are definitely putting up a fight here. Question is weapon placement time. The opportunity to change things up is here. Sniper on the middle. We don't often see that, John. Very unorthodox placement. And Phelpsy, as the camera lines up, he's playing amazingly. He loves that platform fight. Expect the strategy to change up just a little bit for both teams. Remember, you can look through the railing there directly at the power up into a quick pickup option. Might not be present there as both teams have very smart players. They surely should not allow that to happen. Expect maybe a very big push here for this weapon.
Well said, Toby. 2 platform, 1 baby steps is the strategy for both teams. Phelpsy tagged up, hurting already. Gonna stay sneaky with this pistol. Hit some good headshots here on Zorkos. He's in a pretty tough spot. Phelpsy though, tagged full red, gonna get down. The revive comes through immediately, but that's gonna open up an opportunity. Opportunity is completely thwarted as Phelpsy and co are gonna bounce back, recover well, and win the initial fight.
Quickly looking towards the B fight now. Physics on his own, far out of cover, as he tries to take out Craze. Craze does bait him though and pulls all the way back. Smart play again from that individual. And that's 5 members down. Space Station already overextending. Phelpsy and Krim should be able to get this one, and they will. What a clean round that was, John.
Yeah, clean round that started a little shaky with Phelpsy going down. And they perhaps got a little too ambitious for those kills and head down for them. Got punished as a result. Nice defense there from Space Station, turned into a even better offense as they were able to get the 3-cap domination. And now, Jack reaction. Decision to make. It looks like he's hovering that boom shot, but everyone in the scene knows Space Station loves that boom shot down pit side fight.
They beat Optic with it, essentially.
Yeah, they did beat Optic. That's how they beat Optic.
In a pro circuit event, drop shot instead. So that quick pickup threat, it's not as looming, but you can still pick it up very quickly and fire it and potentially get kills.
More of a mid-range weapon than a close-range weapon.
Yeah, definitely agreed on that one. So a little bit of a tweak to that very scary strat indeed, but they've still gone with it. They want to change it up despite their success on the initial at B. See how this one pans out.
And absolutely no one is going B-side. All 5 members towards the middle of the map here. Nice kill from Phelpsy. Heads up play to push Fractures in the middle of the map. He's going to rotate immediately back to the pit side. Tries to get some shots in. Phelpsy missing a few through the smoke though. Can't see much, but it's okay. His teammate Crazy going to pick him up instead.
Turns around the Cougars. Pinch as Krim and Phelpsy do work on those kills. That's 5 members dead for Lucent. And Space Station, their initials are starting to work out very, very well from here.
And look how quickly they send one person back to C. We were saying that earlier. That's the difference between some of these top teams. Everyone knows who's going to C and who's going where. And that could have gotten them the 3-cap. That might be the difference here.
Fractures breaks it for now.
There it is.
But Reaction's not going to get there in time. It's 4-1.
Yep. Well played by Space Station. Off to a great start here as expected on Dam, but I gotta say, a lot of these rounds have been closer than the score says. I think 2 first round and third round could have been Lucent rounds. Even that the round before the last also could have been a Lucent round based on the fact that they downed Phelpsy on the initial here. So Lucent's definitely not underperforming by any means.
Couldn't agree more. I think in these last 2 rounds, it's just been about Space Station's effectiveness in the initial platform. Yep. The other rounds have been really, really, really good from Lucent. Voltox at the walkway, nothing's going to change too significantly though, unfortunately for them. Potentially, it's still that fight over that platform and pit area. Let's see how this one pans out, John.
And we're to Phelpsy, 15 kills and 8 down. 8 down, good performance from him. I know he was very self-critical of his shotgun inability to hit shots, he said, at least this tournament, and that's certainly turning around here in the winner's bracket final. Krim going to pick up the sniper. A little quick pick from him. He's going to get, Phelpsy gets taken out. Nice flank from Reaction. He downs 2. Finally, an initial 1 from Lucent.
Only Krim left alive. He has the sniper. Can he play his life and prevent this triple cap at the same time? Yes, he can as he runs over to B. Lucent know exactly what's going on there. They're going to try and reposition. Looks for Physics.
Oh,
and a trade.
Yep.
The B hill will be captured though presently by Physics. Question is enough time being bought? Here comes Godfax to try and break it. He does. He's got support. Essentially a 2v1, although Reaction, great damage from his shotgun there, keeping distance.
There's the drop shot though. There it is. Not going to connect for the kill on Jack. He's going to get back up and look to fight another day. Nope, he gets shut down by Reaction. 5 on 4. You have numbers, play your numbers, play them wide. Ooh, cheeky drop shot right there, not going to connect. So 3 drop shots, 0 kills. Officially at this point.
Smart drop shot from Zorkos. Well done for Space Station to avoiding those ones. Still very much in it though. And I think Lucent might even consider pulling back soon. They've got it down, so that's the ticket into it. And look at all these players from Space Station. They're starting to blink. Zorkos full red. Reaction. Oh, Physics getting a double though. That's the ticket straight into it. As they start blinking for this triple cap. Krim comes running around. Godflex comes out of nowhere getting 1 kill. He needs more though to prevent this triple for now. Fractures gets a kill. It's still very much on this card, this triple cap, and it will come through. 5 members down. Lucent is still in this as we round off the first half round.
And there you have it, a very, very important last round of the half. The difference between 4-2 and 5-1 is insurmountable almost, as Lucent is going to give themselves at least a little bit of life going into the second half. So for those that might be tuning into Gears for the first time, second half means all the hills will flip. So that E hill will become, sorry, the B hill will become the E hill. D and F on this map only stay the exact same. All weapons are reset. Player respawn timers back to 12 seconds now that it is competitive 2.8 settings.
Let's see how this one plays out then. Of course, that central hill now being on the platform. Expect more of the initials to be based around the victors of that, or at least the victors getting a huge advantage here. Let's see. Phelpsy on board with him again. Switching over to Hydra, as we haven't seen much of him just yet. The King of Pit, many have said, for this side of Space Station. Full red, as one player flies at him in the form of physics. The roll isn't going to help him. Hydra out shotguns him there, and the kill feed is lighting up red as Space Station start asserting themselves.
Yep. Cougars going to get taken out, Zorkos as well. A good start from Space Station. Can they get the 3-cap though on round number 1 on the second half here? If anyone can do it, it is this Space Station squad. 3-cap domination lingering. Jack misses the first shot. Going to get taken out by Fractures actually, who gets shut down immediately after. That's going to keep him in this one. A nice 1v1 reaction though, going to trade kills. And I don't know if he's going to pick up the kill, sorry. And they're going to stay alive here.
Yep, Lucent live to fight another day. Space Station do pull off and set up with positions. Craze, of course, taking that pumping station angle. Looming around baby steps, but Lucent coming off a respawn and Crim. A little bit of damage there as well, so opportunity perhaps for Lucent to push elsewhere as players rotate some pumping.
Good reaction, 10 kills and 4 downs for him. Hits a good nice first shot. Now, going to get tagged up as well with the Lancer. Nice over the cover shot on Hydra. Of course, in that truck, you might think you have a power position, but it's an easy wraparound shot, one-shot kill. You make yourself invulnerable to that, so reaction avoids that. Goes for the wraparound shot, speaking of which, not going to connect on Crim.
Well done from Crim. Called that to his teammates, about to go down. The revive comes straight in there for his player. Great shotgun in from Fractures. He's got a 1B in front of him, but the damage remains. Craze takes advantage as the dust settles. DF and DNF hills a decap momentarily. The players all over the map right now.
Crazy to get taken out here. Revive comes through, 5-on-4 opportunity with numbers. They're just going to use that to hold their 2-cap. They have a 10-point lead, and they have numbers advantage and a setup opportunity. But once again, we've seen it before. Space Station down 2 hills to 1, down in points, and their ability to close a round out with a 3-cap domination is unparalleled. In my opinion, one of the most clutch teams, I think the most clutch team in Gears Esports in their ability to close out rounds in round 13s.
They've certainly mastered that characteristic in escalation as the roster. One player positioned on pumping station for Space Station, so they have the angle. We've got another on baby steps for the cross as the rest push in through the middle. Zorkos, great shot there on Godfex. He tries to push in. Craze and Co in a little bit of trouble here as they get wrapped around by Cougars. Fantastic stuff from Lucent. This is their ticket to a potential triple count. 4 members go down. They have the points lead. This will surely be a Lucent Esports round.
And there you have it. The crowd's getting into it in this one as Lucent Esports starting to put up a fight against this Space Station God Squad. 197 is the score right now. Of course, 207 is the magic number. A couple kills picked up for Space Station, but not going to matter. Actually, no, I take that back. Looks like the D hill being decapped. A 1 versus 1 is going to be won, and the hill is broken. All hills broken right now. And Space Station somehow, some way, is completely stealing this round.
Reaction coming up for Respawn. It's double down at this point. Cougars and Co are fighting just for the 1 cap. It would equal the victory. Godfex is still fighting. Space Station is still very much in it. They're still fighting against these Lucent players as the points are building up.
They can't let them get a cap, though. If they get a cap, that's it. Easy breaks, though. All you gotta do is get in the hill 1 time. All they need is kills, and all they need is time. And it looks like Space Station is doing exactly that. Reaction trying to turn the tide here. He takes out 1. It's not gonna be enough. He goes down. Smoke grenades come through. Only 2 members alive as Cougars gets taken out. Reaction is gonna get traded out, and that is it. No one is in distance for the break. Space Station somehow steals that round straight away from Lucent. Oh my goodness, getting away with murder is Space Station.
Guess who did that again? It was Phelpsy on the home hill. He did it before in this map. Fantastic stuff from that individual. Just saves the round single-handedly. Nothing but raw skill and smarts on offer from him in this map, as per usual. 5-2, the difference between that and 4-3 Fallout. It goes without saying. Opportunity missed, arguably, for Lucent there. And Phelpsy stealing it away from them.
I can hear behind me now. Reaction starting to get a little bit frustrated, saying, say something. Of course, it's hard when they're speaking a different language, but that's what we mentioned. That's why we thought this Lucent squad might be able to win map number 2 because it favors them, but the demoralizing factor of Reaction maybe getting a little negative, any team in general, it's not just Reaction, could cost them. We'll see if that becomes the case here. As now, it all comes down to this round, see if Lucent can stay alive and damn.
Physics can angle. It's not a great position as he's rolling around. Hydra will surely take advantage of that if given opportunity. No, Cougars does come to the rescue. That's all Lucent players do. Focus back. Cougars with a double. And you do need the star player to be going off at this point in time. You need all your resources on full power as Space Station are running back to their home hill.
Physics getting some good shots in. Cougars going to pick up a kill as well. And now, just like that, it looks like Lucent showing some more life here. Can Space Station do it again? No, Jack's gonna get taken out. No one looks like they're in distance for that D-Hill. Actually, I take that back. There's one member alive for Space Station, stuck in the truck. One member goes down, the other gets full redded. He takes out one, he gets shut down immediately after. The 3 cap is coming in. One member of Space Station is in range. He's gonna get shut down by Cougars, who had a remarkable round, by the way. And Lucent's gonna pick up a round here and keep themselves alive.
Most definitely, Cougars saving players at the pit, pushing whenever necessary. And appropriate to do so in winning that initial. Essentially the Cougar show that round.
Yeah, you see him on your screen right now. Cougar, one of the best players in Spain, arguably top 1, top 2 players in Spain, and he's showing why.
23 kills, by the way.
Oh
Most kills in the game.
Wow.
We haven't really mentioned him up until this point, but he's certainly been putting in a shift for Lucent Esports. 2 rounds down now, as we see the boom shot go down by Space Station. This time with a weapon placement. Expect more of this pit fight that we're familiar with. Now, Cougars, Lucent need you more now than ever. This is a strategy that Space Station like to incorporate.
On board now with Cougars. We got to show him some love. Revive's going to come through. Smart man to pick up. He's going to immediately put things to work. Actually, Fractures picks up that kill. Cougars, 23 kills, springing into life. He takes out one. That's crazy. Can he get the revive? Yes, he gets the revive and picks up the kill with Fractures. Another revive comes through. Cougars in a 1 versus 1. But Godfex picks up a triple kill when it looked like it was all Lucent Esports. Godfex, a.k.a. Jack, almost gets a quad. No, he finally gets shut down. They're going to trade that one out. Wow, what a play from Jack.
Wow, fantastic stuff from that individual. You said it, thought it was over, but Phelpsy straight off respawn. Doesn't matter what happened, he's now got the boom shot, and his team are flying forward as caps start to be picked up. Second boom shot being fired, not going to connect. Fractures does need to bow out though. Space Station very far up, and I'm not sure how much resources they have in terms of numbers. Phelpsy has to double back now, but he does get downed.
Yeah, no one's in distance to get the kill yet though. Cougar's going to take out one. Looks like Phelpsy's trying to tap up here. He is going to get up, wall bounce, hits one shot. Full red gets shut down by Fractures. The amount of kills that Lucent has gotten here this round and their inability to capitalize is really astonishing. They're down by about 10 points, but they've been really dominating the slaying category.
Yep, they certainly have in these past couple rounds. Crazy on our screen, Physics gets the better of him. Lucent starting to push forward now, and it all comes down to that numbers advantage, or numbers disadvantage. They stop from getting any worse as Phelpsy and co pushed up. Lucent do regain their strength quicker, and now they have E as the reward. Ham just picked up. Boom shot, of course, will be spawning eventually. And the question is, can Lucent hold out long enough for that weapon?
Currently holding the 2 cap. They're feeling good, but again, never feel too comfortable with Space Station on this map. They have such a uncanny ability to completely flip the map on its head. But a boom shot in the hands of Lucent should definitely help the scenario here. As there is a boom in the ground, right? I'm not making that. There it Phelps used it earlier.
Yep, indeed. 2 players from Space Station moving up to pumping station again. We saw that in the previous round. Pressure on this map is being applied. They're ready for their team to push in forward. Reaction knows exactly what's going on, though. He flies around the other side, searching for nothing but kills, going as fast as he can. It's a double down now. Crazed and Reaction will be saved or killed, depending on the player that gets there first. Fractures with a double, though, and he's going to overextend to the F-hill now. Potential triple cap on our screen.
We don't know what happened with that boom shot, but it should be picked up by someone. Looks like, I haven't seen the boom shot yet. 3 cap domination come through. F-hill is going to be grabbed. E-hill still in contention. Cougars gets taken out by Jack, who, wow, what a performance from him. 21 kills, 10 downs for Godfex, the newest addition to the Space Station roster. 145 to 110 is the score, though, Toby.
Yep, he's certainly clutching up when necessary. Hydra and picking up that boom shot. Meanwhile, Lucent, they have time to push up, but it's going to be a difficult one with that boom shot in hand. They've just had a stagger over respawn as Fractures fall, so it's another time cost there. Bring up the overhead. Lucent, what is their plan now?
I mean, that boom shot must have been pocketed, which means you pick it up, switch your weapon, get killed, and it goes bye-bye, disappears. So it must have happened. I haven't seen it used just yet. Jack picks up 1. This is a good opportunity for Space Station here. Another kill picked up by Phelpsy. 2 dead. Space Station going for the triple cap. All they need to do is break the hill for just a moment and they'll win this round. Here's the boom action.
Yeah, he has 2 boom shots. He just pre-activated it, ready for that last push that they do need to go for. Although I say that, the points suggest that they don't need to at all. They've broken it, they've gone for the triple cap, and they've made it work. Space Station, just like that, make the score lead ever increasing. 6-3 is the score in this one.
Yep, 6-3, but at least 3 rounds, maybe even 4 that Lucent should have and could have won. I mean, at this point, Space Station has stolen away so many rounds and opportunities from Lucent. That's why they love this map so much, is they're never really out of the count, even if they're, in one scenario, they're down, what, 207 to 140, and they came back and won that round?
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Yep, the kings of coming back, if you will, Space Station, in rounds. Not too sure about the weapon placement at the top. We will find out very shortly. But as it stands, the boom shot is a very powerful weapon, unless that's a drop shot at the top. Expect the numbers to be certainly favoring the pit side.
Looks like 2 members of
Strats,
2 members of the Swarm team going up there.
Might even be a fairly powerful weapon indeed.
In-bar, drop shot, torque blow, we'll see in just a moment. 2 kills going to be traded. Drop shot picked up by Phelps. Full red is Cougars. He's going to back out and reset. Physics gets taken out on the other side of the map here. Cougars surely will get taken out here as well.
Yeah, he's going to get cleaned up. 2 players of Space Station in pumping. Reaction's got a fight in the middle. He's waiting for his teammate, I believe. Still going wide, though. Being proactive. Craze will fall. Fantastic play from Reaction. Drop shot being thrown over to the boom shot just to prevent that pickup. Jack has to be careful. He's seen it. He was bouncing around. He was waiting, but unfortunately, he lost track of that drop shot there. A lapse in concentration. Phelpsy takes advantage.
Beautiful, beautiful play from Phelpsy right there. Full redded, and he's going to stay alive and live to fight another day here. Space Station, no points on the board just yet, but boom shot control, drop shot control. They got map control first, they got power up control first, and they use all of those advantages to hopefully win the round here for them. We'll see if it can happen. Game point here in map number 1. And again, the scoreboard does not say how close of a match this has truly been.
Couldn't agree more. Space Station. Only 1 round needed to finish this one off. And they're positioning very aggressively here. You know, starting to pull back just a little bit. Lucent, of course, are setting up in their own spawn, waiting for the opportune moment to push. It's a difficult one, for sure. Not too sure if we have a boom shot remaining in Crim's back pocket. I'm sure we'll get confirmation soon, but that's definitely a consideration now for Lucent as they come out of this one.
Yep. Meanwhile, Lucent just waiting for the best opportunity to push up. It looks like it's now. The strategy is called. Here comes the break push. 2 smokes go off, used his screens to try and offer them an opportunity to advance at least a bit. But not really much gained other than a little bit of map control. Hydro going to shut down any attempt from Cougars on the other side of the map here, and now they're going to have to wait again for Cougars to respawn.
Yeah, that's the stagger, and that's so important now as that's extra time for Space Station to gain points, and of course extra time for these weapons to respawn. Overhead map is up, 2 players waiting for that drop shot to respawn. No one nearby for Lucent. I think they're going all eggs in one basket in the form of this pit in that boom shot fight.
That drop shot should be up any moment here. And here comes the push. Here comes the opportunity. Lucent has to do it now. 140 to 93. A big lead. A boom shot to the face. Actually going to force a suicide from Crim. And drop shot picked up from Space Station. But picking up that drop shot means he's not in the fight right now. So they have a 5-on-4 opportunity. Making a 4-on-3 right now because Crim and Crazed are both taken out of the game. Wow. But Jack gets 1. Jack, who is told he needs to step up in the slaying category, is going to take out 1 before finally getting shut down by Fractures, and a boom shot going to be in the hands of Fractures as a result.
Yep, and he's over at that E-hill as well, but look at the score, only 1 hill needed for Space Station, but look at the flank straight away, Crim Lancer in him, Hydra forcing the suicide, Phelpsy with a drop shot, and now just like that, any chance of Space Station losing this round has probably been ripped away. And now Space Station should be able to see this out, bar a miracle on board with Reaction.
Yep. And honestly, in that situation, you have 2 boom shots, map control, E-hill control, and the perfect opportunity to do what Space Station really does best and get a 3-cap. And Fractures is going to get a little bit nervous and force a blind fire to self-kill with that boom shot. That's going to cost them. 7-3 is the score in map number 1. But again, the scoreboard does not really show how close of a match it was. 3, if not 4 rounds from Lucent. Really could have and should have been 1. Instead, it was that man on your screen, Godfeck, standing up, the newest member of this team with 25 kills. Talk about stepping up and slaying. he's going to do exactly that. Well played from Godfex.
Second most kills for his team, by the way. So shout out to him. He's definitely been living up to that slaying department, or in that slaying department, and clutching up when necessary. Amazing triple kill. That I'm sure is one of the best plays of the tournament thus far. But I guess the storyline for this one, John, is the fact that there's missed opportunities for Lucent, and Spacestation just took advantage of that one. And if you're not perfect with those opportunities, Spacestation, as the team that they are, will most definitely take advantage.
Yeah, completely agreed. And as expected, I think on DAM, Spacestation's #1 map. Honestly, it could be the best DAM team in the Gears Pro circuit. They beat Optic Gaming on it, and Optic, of course, not the new Optic Gaming. That was a big difference, but still a very good DAM team. No pun intended there from his Spacestation. Question is, Forge Blitz really favors this Lucent squad. We talked about it often. This team, 2 Spanish, 2 French, and an English. They like to split into 2s. Forge Blitz allows that more than any other map. That's why they picked it. The question for me is, though, can they get over the fact that they just lost that 7-3? Can they get over some of the close rounds, forget about it, deploy a short-term memory strategy here, and come into this map, too, with a clean slate?
And I think you nailed it on the head there. You heard Jack reaction getting a bit louder, saying speak halfway through that map as a few opportunities were taken away. That's definitely taken effect, that suggests to me. Yeah. And after that, that map of Dam, I think it could be taking effect going into Forge Blitz. And I think it comes back to my point, right? If Forge Blitz was the first map and Lucent had the better chance of winning, then they have a chance in this game and getting a map. But now 7-3 the scoreline when it really should have been a bit closer.
Yep.
I think that's going to hit hard on them in the psychological department.
Yeah, completely agreed. I'm sure we have quite a few American viewers tuning in for the first time to check out this new Spacestation roster. What are they all about? Well, we've had a lovely chance to check them out all tournament long. We've learned a lot about them, and it's really a different Spacestation roster. The way they play, the way they rotate, the way they work as a team, they're dynamic. Jack, a.k.a. Godfex, who came from Aerox, is a much different player than Marsh. Marsh, in your face, very aggressive, very skilled shotgun-style player. Jack can do the same thing, but this tournament, at least what we've seen so far, he's fit more of a support role, which I think is something that Phelpsy does very often. Looks a little bit like Explosive in terms of his style of play. Maybe not putting up the numbers that Explosive does and not the IGL like Explosive is, but it's a much different Spacestation squad. I can't tell if it's good or bad yet. They, of course, have pretty much dominated this tournament. A couple of close calls against Regal Reserve, though. 7-6, 7-6 versus them in 2 separate matches.
And for those unaware, Phelpsy is the in-game leader for this roster. He said he wants the man of Godfex to actually play in a more aggressive position, despite what we think as casters. Elliot and Alex, right, equal in the opinion that support role is quite beneficial, in our opinion. You've got so many Slayers and shotgun-based players and fast movers on Spacestation, but Phelpsy wants this player to stick more with the usual theme of this team and how they play, and fast-paced in your face.
And I thought the exact same thing. You have 4 great shotguns in Phelpsy, Crazed, Crim, and Hydrone. But what I learned is Phelpsy actually enjoys fitting that role. He finds that when he plays the support-style role, has his Lancer out, shoots for his team, that's when they find the most success. So in his eyes, he fills that role that Explosive fills. He's also the IGL. He makes plays and can support the team. He wants Jack instead to be the aggressive player. I think that's his logic, which makes sense to me. But at the same time, there's a balance there. I think Jack needs to be able to turn up when he needs to, just like Marsh did. But I think he can add a new dynamic to this team, which might allow Phelpsy to fill in that slaying role a little bit more. Either way, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Jack. I think a lot of our peers over on the North American side, Veli predicted Spacestation, I believe, to place top 8 at the next event. They're still looking pretty decent. I like their odds. If they can get some good practice in the next 6 weeks, if they can maybe do a boot camp in the States, I think we might see another top 3 return.
It's a very interesting discussion as well, because we've seen it in different teams. Franchise, he made the call to change the roster completely, more to a slaying, fast-paced game style, more like Optic, with the introduction of players like Powers, and leaving kind of that slower, more methodical game style gameplay behind. But although they do very much have that going for them as well in that sense. But Optic, can he be leaving the roster? Or getting dropped, however you describe it. They picked up a more aggressive player, and they really are pushing the 5-man Slayer department. It's kind of a theme across the whole pro circuit. Teams want 5 shotgunners now, it seems, rather than a J-Ribs on Ghost Gaming, for example. They really do want to have as much shotgun and slaying power as possible at all times. So that's kind of where Gears 4, the meta, if you'd like to call it, is going.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think it operates in waves, right? I think there's a peak where everyone thinks you need 5 Slayers, and then there's a valley where, okay, wait a minute, we need some people, some objective players, some role players, etc. I mean, look at Ghost Gaming. They replaced Ribs, and I think everyone in the community would agree, not nearly as good of a roster, first place to fourth place, and everyone realized, wait, you kind of need that player who can make the plays. Yes, with the shotgun has some ability, but also the small things, the intangibles that we often speak about. So there's a happy balance there for sure. I agree. Optic Gaming, of course, has set the standard. Everyone thinks they need 5 Slayers, but even Optic would say no. Getting 5 pure Slayers on one team is not the right method. All 5 members of Optic, what makes them special is not that they're all Slayers and are very good individual players with shotguns. It's their ability for any of them to do anything at any time.
Yeah.
That is the X factor, not as necessarily to have 5 dominant shotgun players.
Yep, all on the same page, all fast moving if it calls for that in the game. Very good stuff. Interesting discussion, John.
Yeah,
I like it.
Indeed, indeed. As we're coming into map number 2 here, had some time to fill there, but nonetheless, we'll keep a close eye on this Space Station roster as they progress. If you're tuning in, hope you're enjoying the gameplay, as we've had some amazing matches so far. Of course, the one right before this, Aerox versus Regal Reserve, was one of the most intense matches I've ever seen. I cannot wait for that losers bracket final, whichever team it ends up being. Regal Reserve on fire right now. But jumping back into this one, Toby, who are we hopping on board with to kick things off?
Has to be Cougars. He was performing in that previous map, and he's very much required at this time to perform in the shotgun department. Control room is perfect for that. It's quite cut off from the rest of the map. He can get angled, but it's a perfect situation and position to really go off for that weapon.
A good first shot from Cougars. He's going to go for the reaction shot. Actually, doesn't connect for it. Doesn't even shoot it. Jack takes out Cougars instead, leaving his teammate, his duo, 1v1 up top for top control here. Looks like Jack talking about stepping up in the slaying department. Good opportunity to pick up a double kill here right now to pick things off.
Ooh, Jack tried the fast movement. Fractures reads it, and he wins that 1v, and the control room is his prize. Phelpsy, the last man here down the middle, and he will get angled out. So, advantage Lucent in map position and numbers.
Now, Cougars getting pushed. Cougars picks up a double kill. Good support from up top from Fractures, but I like his decision not to stay up top. Yes, you can support your team from up there, but you're a lot more useful if you throw a body in the fight. Good decision from Fractures.
Craze, though, does get the entry kill into B, so there's definitely presence here for Space Station. Reaction gets the call out. Craze is very red, and as such pushes in for the kill. Nicely done. Godfax Lumen in the middle as well. So Space Station just an everlasting presence here in the B hill. And actually, a rotation.
Rotating A. They're going to completely ignore the B hill fight and overextend A hill instead. I like that call. They recognize, hey, numbers game. There's 3 members in B side. That means there's only 1 because 1's dead. Only 1 over at A side. Let's take our numbers at A. Let's win this initial fight. And that's a smart play right there. Good call from Space Station.
Lucent forced to push down at the A hill. Hydron pulled back a little bit. Godfax does go to the cover just behind. Topsy is there though. So Space Station. They're going for the defense and of this hill, but they go really fast in to Cougars. Cougars gets 1 kill. Godfax gets that double, but he will get dropped, or at least his teammate will. Lucent do hold on.
And well played by Lucent right there to recognize, actually Cougar specifically, to recognize, hey, I have teammates coming off from spawn. All I have to do is stay alive long enough for the support fire to come in. As soon as they respawn, left trigger, right trigger, they're supporting me, they're helping me out. Well played right there from Cougars, but now no hills in their name. No one capped their home hill, I don't think, which is a little bit surprising. Maybe they're waiting for someone off of spawn to grab it.
2v2 at the C hill. Lucent member just behind Cougars there.
If I'm Lucent right now, I'm not forcing this away hill fight. I'm holding it and baiting it, but I'm actually going to push towards that B hill and rotate numbers over there. There's only 1 person, if not 2 people there. I think the B hill fight, out-rotate, be 1 step ahead is the play here. Is actually, look at this. A wide right angle from Space Station. So, Space Station's actually playing for the A hill. That B hill's wide open. It could have easily snuck away over that B hill and grabbed it. Only 1 person there.
See as Zorkos is reacting to this push around the side. They know they're there, but it's a very difficult push given the space in the spawn.
There it is. Brilliant. I love it. Give up that C hill, go for the B hill, and rotate and flip the map over. All up to this B hill fight. Jack down to 1v2. Jack's going to get taken out. B hill in hands of Lucent. They win off of 1 hill at this point, but they can't turtle. Hydron, in a crucial 1 versus 1, needs to win it quickly. He takes out Fractures. He's going to get the break on the A hill there, but needs to value his life first. Somehow manages to stay alive. It's Fractures. It's not going to matter, though. Sorry, Hydron. It's not going to matter, though. A smart round from Lucent. Exactly as called. They wait, they rotate to B hill, win that B hill, give up the C hill, and win off of 2. Brilliant plays from Lucent. Well done.
Couldn't agree more. 1-0. They take advantage here on Forge Blitz. Their pick by the way, if you're just joining us, and perhaps their best chance at winning this one. Or at least getting back into the fight, should I say. Spacestation won the first map. That was, of course, Dam. A favoured map for them. Question is, weapon placement wise, anything too unpredictable? Doesn't look like. Hydron blocking this out would ensure the control tower fight does remain a very prominent thing, aspect in the initial. Let's see if Cougars and Co can go off in that area.
I know Jack is very confident in his Spanish compadres up top in the 2v2 fight. Cougars and Fractures play it very well. We saw it last round. They actually came out on top in that one. They even think that they can compete with the likes of Explosive and Co. Actually, Explosive is middle. Of Optic Gaming and Co. up top in that fight. We'll see if that comes to fruition here in this map.
Jumping on board with said player again, Cougars. Being very aggressive on the left-hand side. Fractures rotating around the cover with him as well. Game of chess, essentially. But the down comes in very quickly as Craze takes advantage, pushing in. Godfax cleans up the kill on Cougars. Advantage to Spacestation.
Yep, Fracture's going to back out and reset value of his life a little bit here. Slight rotation from Zorkos. Not sure what he's trying to get out of that. Looks like they're content just giving up that B-Hill fight. They're going to back out and reset. Jack and Craze going to keep the pressure, though, on this mid-map. B-Hill going to be grabbed by Spacestation.
Bring up the overhead for a second as players rotate around. There's 4 members of Lucent now on the home street. Expect them to start moving fast. Craze knows exactly what's going on as he cuts over to the middle.
Look at Craze putting some good shots in from the cuts, but it's all about the numbers game. Throwing bodies over towards this fight. Hydron in a pretty bad spot here. The shotgun out. 2v1. They need to get this kill quickly. They don't have time to waste. And look how slippery Hydron is. He's going to sneak away into spawn. Finally gets down here. But the respawn's going to come through. He knows he has a teammate spawning up who's going to be invincible, by the way, for 3 seconds. Smart plays from Hydron right there. Just get to his spawn.
Yep. Make it as difficult as possible to clean up that kill if you can't even find the cover. Nicely done indeed as home street is controlled by Lucent. Bring up the overhead. Yep. The numbers suggest that. Although here comes the spawn rotation. Or from spawn rather, from Spacestation as they get a hill back. Question is, how are Lucent going to hold on to map control as Spacestation are pushing very aggressively here at the B-Hill?
Still, B-Hill not grabbed by Lucent right now. Well played by Spacestation, being as much of a nuisance as possible and maintaining control here. Look at the Lancer fire. Lasers from Spacestation. Finally, Fractures breaks the ice. He takes out Jack up top in a 1v1. Huge flank opportunity for Fractures. I'm sure Jack is calling it. No, he's not. A big flank from Fractures. That's 2, maybe 3 dead for Spacestation. And now, B-Hill being grabbed. Phelpsy full red. He's going to go down as well. 1v1, won by Zorkos. He picks up the second. And the double cap is going to come through. A-Hill being decapped as well. Look at the score, 155 to 130. This is certainly going to be a huge help.
Certainly is. Godfax on his own for just a second. Full red as he makes Fractures there. Pushing in. Oh, the Lucent side, but Spacestation hold on indeed.
Brilliant decision to back out and reset right there, except for Cougars. Maybe he was on the same page, maybe a language barrier. They're actually going to go right back into the fight here. They're not sure what they want. Hot and cold here is Lucent, but I think backing out was a smart play. You broke the hill, you got what you wanted, stay alive, 4-on-4 fight, and live to fight another day.
Points are close, but the double cap is in the hands of Lucent, so they have reason definitely to back off. Spacestation now looking to push out. Yep. We've seen them do it before. Now is their time to fly. It's Hydron, he can't go up top, he hasn't got enough time. He needs to fly straight at the B-Hill, but the kills are going the way of Lucent.
Yep, another down's going to come through. Hydron trying to bait it. He gets full redded, takes out one. Hydron going for the double, not going to get it. 3 caps to 1, and that's going to be it. Lucent Esports continues to roll here, and it looks like everyone in the crowd is favoring the underdog as they go up 2-0 in this one.
This is certainly a statement at this point. We don't see it often, 2 rounds in a row for the opposition, them being the first 2 rounds. Spacestation, do they hold on to this current format in this game? Looks like they're just giving marks to their respective player there in Power Room or Security Office. Expect more of the same up top, but that marks are in a position could provide a bit of an angle on that button. It was actually the demise of Lucent Esports up top there in that previous round, as Fractures got angled from down bottom. Keep a close eye on that one, as Lucent do like to be aggressive through that corridor.
On board with Cougars. Tied 1-1 in the fight right now up top. We'll see who breaks the tiebreaker. Full red is Cougars here. I'm not interesting how he's playing this. Lancer out. Finally gonna take out a shotgun. Gets an active. Let's see if he uses the active. Nope, decides to slow it down here. So the up top fight, a little bit of a stalemate. Crim down low, also stalemated. Finally, it's gonna be Jack that tries to make the first move. Crazed as well follows up.
Brilliant stuff. Godfax goes really, really wide. Craze comes up like mirror work to support. Cougars does get a kill back though, as he takes down Craze. Another 1v1 here for Godfax.
What is he doing?
Pushes right hand. Yeah, Cougars getting trapped in cover.
He's just giving some free shots here to Godfax, and Godfax going to just have his way in that fight. 3-cap domination coming through, but it looks like the B hill is going to be broken. Cougars is going to back on reset. Nice job by Zorkos in the 1v against Phelpsy to come out on top.
Cougars and Godfax, that fight continued there. Godfax trying to get back in the cover.
Nice.
Now he's getting stuck in the cover, actually. Not sure if he was wondering whether to stay there or get back to the control
The
rooms
input you talk
for
about
safety.
on Xbox, Toby, I know you like some PC playing.
Who knows, indeed. Who knows? Alternate controls.
Alternate controls,
Maybe.
indeed.
Might have been
Nice shot by Cougars right there. He'll take out one full red. Craze gets shut down though. 1 versus 1 physics needs to play smart and stay alive here. Can't let Crim make a play. Smart plays. Here we go. Lucent continuing their run in the mid round here, but they're down by 35 points. Fractures puts himself in a very bad spot here. Full redded. You gotta think this might be all she wrote. Nice smoke grenade to keep him alive from physics.
Godfax rotating all the way round back to here now, but Lucent, they maintain control for the most part, at least of the map. They tried to go for a triple. They don't get it. They all back out as a team. I like it. All of them flying back at the same time, but Spacestation not letting them get out too easily.
And that's perfect. Exactly what you want. You're going to get it down. You're going to back out, play some defense, which turns into offense. Here we go. The push from Lucent. A full 3-on-3 fight. Downs come through. No one's able to capitalize, but ultimately it's going to be Jack with the flank on physics. He takes out one before getting shut down himself. Phelpsy in some pain here in the corner. And look how well Spacestation is wolfpacking, moving as one unit across the map. But Fractures is doing everything he can to shut that down.
Fractures trying to take down Hydrone and stop this push in its tracks. He does. Current backing off now as the numbers does not favor continued push there. Keep a look at the score.
And look at that. Lucent, while thwarting the push of Spacestation home and away, maintained B-Hill control. That is the sign of a strong team, a strong IGL. To hold on to that B-Hill the entire time you're feeling that pressure. It's actually Cougars who was able to hold down some people over at that B side. Look at the rotation coming through from Fractures.
Score lead continues. Spacestation
Cougars
do need to make a play, but Cougars is doing just that with the shotgun, pulling back immediately after getting that kill, not getting too happy.
He just pushed 3 people in cover by himself and came away untouched with the kill. Only Cougars, I feel like, could do something like that in this match.
Against these players as well, my oh my. Phelpsy with a kill on Zorkos. They need to get more though. Score lead still for Lucent, and it's approaching that 210 mark. Only B-Hill left for them currently. And they're actually getting the home hill as well. Spacestation, they're prepared for a triple cap. Straight away are they going for this B-Hill. It comes down to the 1B. Godfax wins it this time round. Clutching up is Godfax and Spacestation, and that is a Spacestation round. You love to see it from them.
Again, they do it again. 3-0 should be the score. Instead, Spacestation, 207 was the score. All they needed was 1 hill cap, and it would have been impossible for Spacestation to stop it. 1 more second. However you want to frame it, Spacestation, it's like taking candy from a baby for them. The way they're able to close these rounds out, it's just unbelievable.
The raw skill required to come back from that is absolutely insane. And we spoke about Godfax clutching up, aka Jack. Crucial 1v at the end there. I'm sure he was damaged, given that Spacestation had to try so hard to even get there. Never mind win it. He won it, and the result is a round for Spacestation. Big difference in scoreline.
Yep.
Is a 1-2 to a 3-0.
Yeah, it's a key turnaround round for Spacestation. 3-0 would have been a lot more difficult to come back from. Jack, though, going to continue with the momentum, winning the fight up top. Craze now full red. Cougars going to get taken out by Jack as well. Jack, a.k.a. Godfax, again, the newest member of this team, replacing Marsh with a pretty strong debut here on the main stage.
Craze, sniper in hand, going for that body check. Not too sure if it connected there. Does get a body check there to help his teammates as Lucent fly through the home street. Spacestation maintain control, and yep, Jack, he gets the double and cleaning up.
How did he get there so fat? Was it Gears Judgment style? Did he fly from the top control room?
He must have jumped off the map.
He must have jumped off. I'm certain.
That's exactly what we spoke about at the start, though, Paul. Is his proactivity, always putting in shots, always moving exactly where he needs to be. He must have sprinted as soon as he won that the control fight there. Now it's Crazed actually pushing up to the home hill, just so, and there's the headshot on physics. Flashbacks from the past. As the player, the best sniper of UE, many would argue, in Europe, does get a headshot there with a sniper.
Yep. B-Hill's going to be broken, not going to matter. Hydro wins the 1 versus 1 against Reaction. And there it is. Spacestation is now showing some life here, 2-2. And again, that's what happens in Gears. That's why you love Gears Esports, how momentum-based it is. You could be completely dominated 2 rounds in a row, but should have lost the 3rd round. But because you're able to steal that round barely, you get so much momentum, so much adrenaline, and you capitalize on that. That's what the best teams do, and Spacestation doing it very well this entire tournament, especially this map.
Frag grenades, meanwhile, being placed down right on that B hill. And of course, expect the same 2v2 to ensue up top. Fractures and Cougars, the Spanish duo, right now is getting outplayed by the Space Station players. Seem to have a lot more tricks in their book right now to the British squad. Let's see. Let's jump on board with actually Godfect's point of view now as he sees the players in front of him. The angles this time actually coming from Lucent, the Lancer Fire. Good stuff as they're forced to pull out for a second. Great revive immediately. The communication evident there. Very Optic Gaming-esque is that. Speed in both rotating out on the revives and the recovery. Nicely done.
Yeah, I think it's the best way I can define it. Optic Gaming-esque indeed. Head body shot going to connect for a kill on Hydrone is Cougars. Cougars now looking down towards Phelpsy. The Marksa from Phelpsy completely denying Cougars there. Jack picks up the kill, picks up a sniper as well.
The confidence necessary to stand up and one of the best players in Europe and be confident in your marks to that extent is insane. Phelpsy, confident player as always, as Fractures finds himself in a difficult scenario. 2v1. Godfect's going really wide to ensure he gets the kill with his teammate, but also stays alive in the process. He has a snipe on his back or in his hand now still. But Home Street still in possession of Lucent. For now.
Yeah, watching Jack with the sniper in his hands. We know what he can do with the shotgun. Let's see what he can do with the long shot. This is the first one, but they're content with this 2-hill setup for now at least. Looks like actually rotating over towards that B side. Maybe they knew something we didn't. Besides, hey, I'm just going to give it to you, Craze. You're better with it. I like my shotgun instead.
Let's hop on board with Craze then as the game slows down a little bit. It's now Lucent's turn to try and break the setup. Space Station. Setup. Phelpsy in front with that Markster as well. If a body check comes through, you can expect it down due to that. Phelpsy very good with that weapon, as we've seen. Oh, going for that headshot.
Markster
Phelpsy
headshot.
gets it actually with the Markster.
Wow. Phelpsy with the Markster. I didn't know he was the marksman himself. I knew he was good with the Lancer, pistol, Nasher, a couple power weapons, boom shot, but also showing some Markster skill here is Phelpsy.
Yep. Great all-round player. Frag grenades in hand, meanwhile for Craze. He's been pocked in them for the right moment to be using them. Physics left alive, and Space Station swarm that individual for this triple cap. Fantastic round from start to finish from Space Station. A clinic being put on for us here.
3 straight rounds. You blinked, and the score was actually in favor of Space Station 3-2. Seems like just a moment ago, Lucent should have won that 3rd round. It should have been up. Instead, should have, would have, could have. 15 kills for Cougars. Doing what he can. Both maps in a row here. He's been that lead slayer. Definitely living up to the name, living up to the hype that he had coming into this tournament as arguably the best player in Spain. Of course, we have the likes of Toddy, the likes of Legend, also at home watching, not able to be here, not able to make it from the Spanish side. But we've seen some great players all around.
We spoke about Cougars needing to go off with 15 kills, and we spoke about Godfect, but we didn't really need him to go off that much
17
on paper, did we? But he is. 17 kills. The rest of the team on 8.
Wow.
Interesting stuff.
Yeah, that says a lot.
Right at the front of the opening strat, you'd argue at the control tower. Here he is on our screen, being aggressive. Cougars actually gets the better of him now. 2v1 for Lucent. Haven't seen this in a while. As Space Station go down, sniper for Cougars.
Jack, gonna get right back into the fight here is Crazed. Timed it perfectly. He's gonna get shut down. Phelpsy rotates up as well. Fractures takes out one. Fractures going for the double. Phelpsy takes out one. Huge 1-versus-1 fight. And actually a smoke, I believe, stunned him from down low. Might have been his teammate's smoke as Phelpsy gets taken out.
Sniper gone though. It was backpacked by Cougars before he got bodied by Phelpsy. Bit of a rotation now.
Yeah, and a crucial round right here. Talk about being tied at the half versus being down 4-2. A big difference now. A couple good shots come in. Jack full red. Nade gonna be picked up on Crim. Jack is hurting. He's gonna go down as well. That's 3 dead right now for Space Station, but here comes the cavalry. Crazed picks up one, not gonna matter. Lucent is gonna tie it up. 3 apiece here going into the second half of this match.
Very good round indeed. Lucent straight away rotating for that triple cap, given the respawn timer at the end of the half.
Is that a British flag on Physics' jersey?
Textbook. Just had a look, just in my head.
Missed
Didn't
it.
spot it.
Next time.
We will confirm.
You will confirm. You know what the British flag looks like, right?
I do.
You sure?
I'm very sure.
Thanks, Tobes.
You'd expect the French. Ah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I see it now.
Interesting stuff, Lucent. Suspect. He's French, not English.
Very suspect.
All right.
Multinational squad.
Multinational. And it should be known. Going into the second half here, round number 7. Let's get back to it. Jack, 17 kills. He's been performing. Sometimes we see someone do really well in half 1 and not so well half 2. And Jack says, no siree. Picks up 1, and he's going to let his teammate do the work for the second as Cougar's going to get taken. Nope, Jack's going to finish that one as well.
Yep, Jack the victor. Overextended to the D-hill, meeting Hydron as he must have ran through the midline of the map. Check the former home streak though, as Physics comes out of nowhere, gets a kill. Damaged by Krim, the pinch comes in, and Space Station are doing so well.
Jack again.
Only now the hill's being capped. Yeah, he's
everywhere. There's 3 of him. I'm telling you, there's at least 3 Jacks on the map. It says it's a 5-on-5. It's actually a 7-on-5. I don't believe it. This is ridiculous. Jack, talk about an ability to make an impact everywhere on the map. Again, reminds you very similar to Explosive's play style in terms of his overall impact and his presence.
Yep, his presence is being felt now by Lucent for sure. Reaction back in the control room. No one there for Space Station as they're positioned near the E-hill for a strict defense of that. Double cap currently. A little bit of a score lead.
7 kills, 2 downs for Reaction. Been a little bit more quiet than we're used to seeing out of Reaction. Of course, Jack Reaction, one of the most historic names in Gears Esports, of course in Europe, was undoubtedly the best player in Gears 1, 2, and 3. Of course, when everyone went back and started playing Gears 1. The Reaction shot is named after him. He really invented it and then also brought it to the forefront. Back in Gears 1, he actually used it. No one knew it existed back then. He kept it a secret for a few years.
Phelpsy does find the man himself, capturing the F-hill back as the rotation was attempted by Lucent over to that hill. Unsuccessful though, but they do get the E-hill in the process as they push on that side too. The score lead isn't too significant for Space Station. Lucent can set up and get the score lead very soon.
17 kills, 12 downs for Cougars. He's playing well, but he's slowed down the past 2 rounds a little bit. We'll see if he can continue to heat up here. Cougars, of course, if you're unfamiliar with the European side, arguably the best player in Spain, as we have a multinational team in Lucent Esports. 2 French, 2 Spanish, and an Englishman playing on 1 squad. Very interesting, as we say that, Cougars gets a kill on Hydro.
Both Lucent members there, you might have noticed, pulling out of the control room very quickly. Indeed, before Space Station can get close in any shape or form. 2 players of Space Station sitting in the security office as well, and this is a game of chess at this point in time. It goes without saying. It's slowed down dramatically now, the game. But Space Station are moving. Look, 4 members of them on the E-hill street. Expect a push very soon.
Yeah, Lucent should be all over this. They should be expecting it. It's kind of an awkward fight over towards that incinerator, though. Space Station needs to position their smokes perfectly. Krim going for the decap, going to get it. Zorkos takes out Phelpsy, but look at Craze. He is on a mission right now, getting some good shots, but not able to connect. Physics picks up a kill on Hydro. Craze goes down as well, and just like that, what a defense from Lucent. For some reason, the button was pressed there, I believe by Lucent. That's going to actually make them unable to grab that E-hill for quite some time.
207 will be reached, though. This will be a Lucent round as they take the lead once again here. 2 rounds in a row.
And
very interesting passing of rounds here.
I hear the crowd getting into this one, of course. The other Spanish team here rooting on their compadres in the crowd. Of course, the loser of this will go on to play against Regal Reserve. And what a performance they have had so far. Shadows, Dragons have been so impressive all tournament long. Excited to see what Regal Reserve can do. And if you are just tuning in, if you missed that Aerox versus Regal Reserve matchup, it was one of the most intense matches, both in-game and out of game after the match. Yeah. A couple clips maybe posted on Twitter in that one. I hope you
watch it back. Yeah. Watch it back is always saying on that matter. Fantastic game we saw. Meanwhile, back to the gameplay at hand. Markster was placed down, power room and security office by Space Station. They did the exact same in the first half. Shouldn't change things up too much, but it can be very influential on that E-hill fight as more numbers are stacked on that side than the first. Lots of open ground and to influence actually and prevent the pushes around the corners.
Yep, here comes the fight. 2-on-2 up top. It's been pretty even, wouldn't you say? I think Jack has maybe gotten the upper hand of them quite a few times, but we'll see what he can do now. A couple good shots put in from Jack. He's going to be tagged up a little bit here, but it looks like Lucent's playing a little bit passive, a little bit scared in that fight. Jack full red is able to stay alive here. And Physics going to get a kill on Hydrone, low side. What a pistol from Jack, though. Crazed is going to follow up with a kill of his own. And Toby, how impressive has this duo been up top?
That's the proactivity right there. Jack gets the down, but immediately he pushes up for the kill, provides that pressure, forces the other player out, but also gets the shot in while getting a kill. He's constantly shooting. The rate of fire is maximum, right, whenever he's playing. And here's the rotation. Wow, what a fit for Spacestation, in my opinion.
I cannot agree more. And if you were tuning in, and I know there's a lot of conversation around how will Spacestation be without Marsh. Marsh was such an impact player. But talk about impact, the amount of output that this man puts in. He is everywhere. 4 or 5 rounds now. He's flown from up top down low, made an impact. He's doing it right now. Let's see if he can continue to roll here. I think he just downed Zorkos. No, Zorko's still alive there. But Jack, man, such an impact with this team. He fits this role much different than Marsh, but very, very well.
Yep. He will get dropped though. Lucent coming off a respawn, but Spacestation players are here too to make a difference. Reaction running all the way around actually looking for those kills. Let's stop for a second though. The pressure is really being put on Spacestation now. Wow. Spacestation doing such a good job though of actually maintaining that control here.
And Jack's still alive. Everyone's still alive here. Interesting fight back and forth. Looks like Fracture wants to take his right-hand advantage. But he's going to get flanked, maybe ill-advised from Fractures. He gets shut down. Zorkos takes out one. Jack versus Zorkos in the 1v Jack. On the main stage, he's going to come out huge with the one-shot kill over Zorkos. Still alive, has yet to die this round is Jack, the newest member of this roster. Putting on a show right now. Physics gets taken out as well, and Spacestation is looking to neutralize.
Impeccable movement. He held his shot at the end there. Despite the pressure on his shoulders.
Just walked right at him.
Just, yeah, exactly like that. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. Such a smart player, evidently, there in that example.
Wow.
Showing it true. Phelps, he can't run away. He had the right idea, but no. Lucent say no. Cougars with the Markster now as well, flanking around to the D hill.
Yep, look at the score. Despite that win from Spacestation over the east side, they're not up by that much, but putting themselves in a pretty bad spot here is Lucent. Maybe they know something we don't, but maybe the lack of communication comes through. Fractures and Cougars, the Spanish duo dies unnecessarily. No one else on the map there to really back up or support. And again, you talk about the communication barriers of this team. 3 different languages on one squad, and it shows. Unless there's something we didn't know there, but I didn't see anyone else there to back up.
Yep. Bit of movement now over at the D hill as Hydron wins that fight there. Reaction, the last one alive on E as well. So bit of a treacherous time actually for Lucent Esports if Reaction can do something, unless Reaction of course can do something here. Not going to be the case. Here's Cougars. The points clearly in favor of Spacestation Hills as well. Triple cap blinking. Great back air actually on Jack, taking him down despite the pressure. Oh, he thought he downed him, trying to go back for the shot.
Yeah.
But for the kill, but nonetheless it is irrelevant at this point in time. Spacestation equal things up again.
Yep, not that it would have mattered if a down kill or not. 4-4 is the score here. We're tied up again. And wow, what a map 2 this has been. This is what we expected. You know, I know you predicted a 2-0. I predicted a 2-1 for Spacestation, actually. I thought we might see them drop their first map. And if you're just tuning in, if you haven't had a chance to catch the action all weekend long, man, it has been some amazing Gears Esports on display. Spacestation taken to round 13 2 times by Regal Reserve in 2 separate matches. It's been an interesting one, to say the least. Sniper plays the top at the control room.
Again, as well?
Yep.
Again. And it's going to be more
Fractures and Cougars like that weapon.
Yeah, they really, really do.
Nothing but marksman weapons here. Marksa and Sniper. I think that's both halves. We've seen the same thing, right?
Yeah, nothing too influential. We've seen boom shots on this map earlier in the Aerox game. Not going to be the case here. At this point in time, it's going to be another 2v2 up top. We've been seeing this all game, but it's been back and forth. Such a good fight with relevant players in the discussion at hand between these two teams. Jack full red, pulls back. Cougars does get the quick pickup on the snipe. Will they play passively? Do they try and run out with that weapon? No, they're staying very much here. Jack full red. Fractures gets the kill on Cray. So it should be a simple 2v1. Far Jack doing anything, but he cannot. Lucent win that. Sniper is the reward. Crim and Phelpsy, the only ones left alive.
I don't think, Sniper's not all you want here. You want a 3-cap. You want to play for Blood. Crim in a tough spot here. Full red. He's going to get down as well. The spawns are going to come through. Here it is. Phelpsy gets taken out. Can he get the break? No, he does not. And just like that, a quick round from Lucent Esports. 5-4 here is the score. And 49 seconds is all it took for Lucent to do it.
This map is very much a marathon for both teams now. It's back and forth. It's level at times. One team can swing on some rounds and others. Lucent or Spacestation can answer back, and yeah, it actually right in front of us. Boom shot was placed down that very position in that Aerox game that I was referring to.
Yep. And I know Optic Gaming loves this placement. They put a boom shot there often. They like the middle fight. Explosive, of course, does great things there. It looks like Spacestation, who honestly you can compare to Optic in a lot of ways. The Optic of Europe perhaps puts the same exact weapon placement. Their playstyle, of course, very similar. Let's see who comes out on top. 3-on-3 fight mid, 1-on-1 top, fight up top, 1-on-1 at E-Hill. Jack, some good shots in. He's going to be tagged up full red here. And honestly, he just like teleports over to the far side of the map. I'm not a big anime guy, but he almost looks like Goku, the way he just teleports around in 1v1s and in fights.
That battle actually between Cougars and Jack, it moves down bottom now. They have to follow each other, it seems, as Craze does get 2v1'd by Cougars. Great movement between the pillars. Topsy full red.
All he needs is one shot.
Yep, to the head.
And there it is.
Knock it out.
I don't know why he dropped the meat shield there. Maybe you know something I don't. Is that a snipe shot? Yep, snipe shot's going to tag up Cougars. Here comes Hydro. All eyes on you, Hydro. Going to miss that one. Revive comes through. Boom shot going to be grabbed. And he's going to get away with it.
Can't reload in time. Cougars, Rodion strafing his way from danger there. Hydrone's just going to rotate that sniper out. Boom shot present.
Yep, and round 10 here, so 18-second respawn timers now, I believe, with the new 2.8 settings. Crim picks up a kill. Boom shot, though, in the hands of Lucent. You want to see them use that boom shot. I don't know if it's a necessary death right there from reaction. We didn't see it on camera, but 5-on-5, you have boom. You want to stay alive there. You want to use that boom to
has to be careful in the middle as well. He can be pressured quite a bit, and with that snipe looming on the right, he really does need to be aware of where the players are for Space Station.
Yep. Now they're just going to wait for Jack to spawn. So that death from Jack right there cost them at least 30, 40 points. We'll see if it ends up making the difference in the end. But looks like Cougars hasn't got himself an active. Might be wasting that active, though.
Yeah, I think he believed he was going to be pushing very soon. Does run out. There's the Lucent squad. Here comes Cougars. Not sure if they're aware. Space Station of where he is with that boom shot. Crim. Yep, could be a double, but no, Crim and Craze split up nonetheless. 2 boom shots are fired and 2 kills are gained.
Gosh.
2 players left for Space Station now.
And that's where Cougars, he's going to get up. He's fine, but you got to have an off button at some point. He is full red. He pushes into his death. That could have been costly. And doing it again here is Cougars. Full red in this one. Big 1v1. Jack, all eyes on you. He takes out one. Jack going for the double here. He's full red and going to go down. Big fight for this hill on D side. Looks like Physics going to take out Jack. Need the back out and reset here. They have the break. They got what they wanted. Will they be content with that, or will they go for blood? Physics baiting the revive here. He's going to get it. And now they're just going to try and disallow this cap from happening for some time. And I think they're content with that fight. And I agree. Take your numbers. Stay alive. But Physics now put himself in a bad spot.
Yeah, he stayed there quite a long time. Actually, his teammates had run out already. So yeah, maybe communication issues right there, but he does get to safety eventually. Yep, way back in his E-Hill.
Sniper in the hands of Crazed. Crazed, we all know what he can do with it. We're going to hop on board with him. High side. Him and Phelpsy, of course, helped him secure it. They're wasting a lot of time right now, though, as Lucent's going to be gathering that time. 120-90 is the score. Boom shot is spawning any moment. All eyes on that boom. It all comes down to this fight. I think whoever wins this boom shot fight should be able to win the round here. Craze not going to connect for that shot. 11 kills, 18 downs. Look at the stat line for Craze. A little bit different than what we're used to seeing. Usually he's that main slayer throwing up 30, 40.
Yep. Ooh, he's caught Cougars. Peeking now. Not sure if Cougars is aware. He is caught out. Not a great position sitting on that pillar there. So you are very open to the angles. Ooh! What a shot that is.
Crazed with the sniper, and this is what you love to see. This is Gears Esports. One person with a power weapon puts the team on his back, secures the boom shot, picks up a double kill, and wins the team the round momentarily here as Hydrone's going to pick up 2 and secure it. So well done by Crazed, and we are now going to be tied at 5 apiece here any moment. A couple more kills need to be picked up, of course.
Reaction does get the break, but he will get taken down. That's 5 down. It's a Space Station round as they level it up, but let's talk about it for a second. Yep. Craze, he read exactly where Reaction was going to go. He missed the first shot on him, but that second shot, that angle's so tight, but he somehow gets that headshot. We're seeing more of Craze in the sense that his sniping on UE was amazing, and I love to see more of that here in Gears 4.
I loved watching him play UE, that's for sure. It's good to see him back in this one. Of course, Phelpsy picked up the sniper off in the UE as well. Boom shot placed, and now I think, I'm not sure actually what we just saw. Crossed out down low, so more of the same here. That round could have gone either way. Lucent grabbed the first boom. They won the initial. They couldn't capitalize with the 3 cap, and Space Station made them pay thanks to some hero plays from Crazed. And now, in round number 11, tied 5 apiece here. Will we see Space Station lose their first map? Can Lucent force a game 3? Let's find out. 3-on-3 fight mid, 1-on-1 up top, 1-on-1 at E-Hill. That's why you love Ford's Blitz. So many separate fights. Makes it a lot of fun.
Yeah. Physics trying to make great use of that marker. Good damage on Crazed, but the fight is already ensuing. He needs to be proactive. As such, he gets his shotgun out and gets involved in the thick of it. Crazed is down. He gets a kill just before. Physics great bouncing, closing the gap. And Hydron and Crazed both pick up kills. There's only 2 members left alive for Lucent, and they are trapped in the middle as Krim pinches from the E-Hill Street.
And you needed to see it down there at the Marksa. That was the difference. You got some shots in, but the down would have made the difference in an early fight. That would have opened up the opportunity to push the 1v2 elsewhere. Now, Jack with the boom shot. E-Hill being captured. I think this is all but over here for Lucent, but you don't want to speak too soon. Jack's actually going to back out and reset. So if Lucent can regain their footing here, they can honestly come back and win this round, get the second boom shot spawn. All they got to do is survive. Easier said than done. And Space Station realizes this is our opportunity. We have to capitalize. 2 booms should be 2 kills, which should be a 5-on-3, which should be the round in numbers. Let's see if it's going to happen. No
Fully
active.
aware is Lucent of Godfact's position. What a boom shot that was. A risky one of that, but they do find Zorkos. Great body check that enables that boom shot to go straight and add Cougars to the kill feed there. Reaction does find Jack though, and Lucent are losing numbers very quickly indeed, and that's the result. Space Station 6-5, 1 round away to ensuring a 2-0 victory over Lucent.
And we laid it all out. It's almost like they heard me. It was perfect. 2 kills picked up at the boom, which was a 5-on-3 by that man right there, actually, Jack, the newest member of this team. And they were able to secure the round. Textbook from Space Station. Again, Lucent was in almost a similar spot. They had boom shot. They won the initial, and they weren't able to close out the round before that. Look at the difference between these two teams. Experience definitely showing. The Space Station squad is looking strong, of course, led by Crazed and Phelpsy. Phelpsy, the captain and shot caller of that team. But this map has been all Jack. 29 kills, 15 downs.
Yep, couldn't agree more. Time Dead as well. He's way on the bottom half in terms of the 10 players in this game. In Time Dead. Let's see how this one plays out. Weapon-wise, as Incendiary's gone down in the Incinerator, so that 1v there has got a weapon to be played for.
Reaction draws first blood. Zorkos gets taken out. Hydro going to pick up another one. 4-on-3 right now for Space Station. Let's see if they can neutralize. Reaction getting some good shots in. Cougars trying to play some support. It looks like Space Station recognizes, hey, we have numbers. We should take our numbers right now. But instead, they're going to grab that sniper and reset. I disagree with that, though. I think you push Reaction there. Reaction has no support over on the east side of the map. He is the 1v1 home hill player, so no one is there to help out. I think you take that 2v1 on Reaction, that is.
Yep, agreed. Oh, big snipe now. It's Hydra, and this time going off with his weapon. And he was staring at Cougars, or Fractures rather, doesn't get the kill, but Phelpsy does find Cougars down in the E-Hill. And that is another amazing headshot in that very location, John.
Unbelievable. Back-to-back double kill headshots from Space Station. Craze does it first. Hydrone follows up. And I thought he was going to say anything you can do, I can do better and pick up a third. But instead, it's going to be Craze that picks up the kill. And just like that, Space Station, 3 straight rounds here, is looking to secure themselves a ticket to the championship finals. The loser of this match goes on to play Regal Reserve, who's been on fire in that loser's bracket, and see if Lucent can hold on.
Patient sniping from Hydron. Doesn't need to get up close and personal with his opponents. He relies on his teammates to clean up the new respawn wave. Only 1 player left remaining for Lucent, and that is Fractures. He will fall. And just like that, despite Lucent putting up a great fight here on the second map, Space Station, their experience shows 3 rounds in a row and a 2-0 victory in maps.
Well played. And we mentioned it in the pregame. We mentioned it in map number 1. All eyes on Jack, a.k.a. Godfex, the newest member of this team. They asked him to step up in the slaying category, to use his shotgun, to play a little bit more loose, similar to how he played when he was on the Aerox roster and played with Syntax back in Season 1. And did he not answer the call of duty there, Toby? 29 kills to his name, if not even more than that. Most of them with the shotgun. Very aggressive, all over the place. And you like to see that from Jack, the newest member of this team.
Well, gentlemen, that was a fantastic matchup between 2 top European teams there. But Space Station Gaming just pipping Lucent to the post in both matches. Safe to say, a pretty close affair for the most part, but Jack pretty much stepping up and being that tipping point for Space Station.
He was brilliant, wasn't he? I mean, I think he ticked every single box that a Gears professional needs, and he was mind-blowing, actually. Slaying power, the positioning, the rotation. Clearly the communication was on point, and he was listening to every call-out that came through. Even the difficult moments where he really shouldn't survive. Not only does he survive, but he survives to a point where it's just unforeseeable. And nothing but praise for that man. He can definitely hold his head high. Evidently, I don't think there was any nervousness from him. It seemed like he was playing as optimally as he could, to be honest,
and
very well.
Look, I understand the position he's in. I've been there before as a player. You're the new man on the roster. That is an amazing roster. Dynasty in Europe, top 3 team globally. All eyes on you. The easiest opportunity to become the scapegoat. And he answers the call of duty, as mentioned. He performs here so far. Of course, the big question is, can he do it on the big stage? Gears Pro Circuit, San Diego, coming up soon. We'll see. But so far, so good from this new roster. So far, so great from Godfix.
Yep, definitely. So I want to take you back a little bit. Just let's go back to down that first map. 7-3, the score there. But many a round, actually, that Lucent could have won. There was a lot of clutching up from SSG. And for me, like obviously Jack did come in very, very strong. But that shows a little bit of sign of weakness on what is supposed to be Samsung, jeez.
Samsung Galaxy?
It's the SSG, you know? Like,
SSG,
Spacestation, you know, on their front, because it was their map pick. Some very, very close rounds. Obviously, the round score was a bit different, but pretty close there. And yeah, just the kind of the clutch factor being the difference really for me. And then 7-5, obviously, in the second map, we just saw it. Forge sniping, clutching up from high drone again. Those last 3 rounds, you know, he was a pretty big factor there, getting those headshots, just opening the ice.
And ultimately, some great hero plays from Craze, from Hydro, but ultimately the difference for me was the team call, probably from Phelpsy, to place boom shot over middle of the map. That, of course, completely changed the tide of the map. 3 straight rounds won. So I think it was a great decision to place that boom shot. Smart call from Phelpsy, and they were able to capitalize on that fight.
Yeah, 100% agreed. It's an unorthodox weapon placement, honestly, for them. They usually just win through the control room. But Lucent were giving them a lot of hassle, as we saw. It was a bit back and forth, despite Godfix going off and getting the most kills in the game. But yeah, that, to your point, a very standout decision to actually place that boom shot, and it worked out well for them.
Yeah, and Cougar's on the other side. Fantastic game as always. You know, he's always a great player to watch in these matchups. And we're going to see more of him, obviously, because Lucent, they drop into the loser bracket grand final. They're going to match up against their red-hot Regal Reserve.
Yeah, and not only a red-hot Regal Reserve, but their former teammate in Shadows. And I believe Dragons was on that round. I mean, they've all played together at some point in the Spanish community, but still, they played together on the Lucent Esports squad at New Orleans, performed very well. Cougars and Fractures make the decision to leave the roster, join up a new team with Reaction in the French, and I think it's going to be heated. We know this Regal Reserve squad is red hot. We know how passionate they are, is one word you could use. We saw it in their match against Aerox. I'm really excited for this one. The biggest storyline for me in this tournament is obviously Space Station. Everyone loves them. Everyone loves to talk about them. But behind that, what does it take to create a second best roster in Europe that can contend with Space Station? And I think between these 2 teams that we're about to see on main stage, you have the right formula. You have the right mix. I don't know if the current rosters as they stand are the right formula, the right mix, in my opinion. That's why I think this next match will be great. Both of these teams are evenly matched. I think Regal Reserve, the underdog, definitely has an opportunity. Yeah,
been some standout players on both rosters. And that's going to be coming up very, very shortly. Going to go to a very, very quick break. Toby, Fallout, as always, fantastic casting. And yeah, we'll be back for the loser bracket final match between Regal Reserve and, of course, Lucent Esports in just a second.